Live from LA. This is Smart and Mild.
Smart and Mild. What is Gucci? Gucci gang, how you doing?
I'm feeling good. I am diving into another Red Bull for the day.
Oh, you know, you and Red Bull, that's very interesting because you didn't do Red Bull for like a year. And now you're sipping
Now
Red
you
Bulls.
kind of see why I didn't.
Yeah, because immediately you're like, I'm trying to drink
And
Red
I'm
Bull.
going to give it up starting in February.
What?
Because I realized, dude, this is my second Red Bull of the day.
Okay, yeah.
That's what happens with me is I slip into it quick.
Yeah.
Because you were looking at me like, dude, you've been drinking some Red Bull today.
No, I didn't even see you drink the first Red Bull. I just saw you like immediately start drinking that. I'm like, all right, I get it. You know, whatever. You know.
This would be like the most ideal sponsor ever.
That is true. That is very true.
Because they have the real money.
Yeah. They'll put us on studios and put Red Bull behind it. That's okay. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, we like Red Bull. Not in Formula One. We're very Mercedes fans. But other than that, we like Red Bull.
Forget that you have like that allegiance.
Yeah. Mercedes Benz all day, baby. Mercedes AMG Petronas. Not Petronas next year, but whatever. Anyway, Red Bull, very nice. We like Max Verstappen. We like Christian Horner. Whatever. That's a long story, but anyway. Yeah, man. That's we're addicted to them. You know what I mean? We're also addicted to Kawhi's.
Yeah, you're trying to go the Kawhi route. I'm trying to go Red Bull.
Yeah.
We're gonna see what sponsor clicks first.
We're gonna have a good time. You know what I'm saying?
But we got Ernie in the house today.
Today, we got Ernie in the motherfucking house. What's good?
Yeah.
We got Ernie.
He's back there. See him on this show. We are gonna get some different angles and stuff as we kind of grow up here.
Yeah, we can hear him a little bit. Say what's up, Ernie.
So, second day here.
Ernie is our production live editor in chief. Editor in chief. You know what I'm saying? And we got him over here, and he's gonna help us out, make the show much better.
Yes.
Just make it dope.
I like that editor in chief.
Editor in chief. You know what I'm saying? You got the hair. You can call him chief.
It's a strong name.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so anyway, this is Smart and Mild, the lovely week. I'm having a great week. You know what I'm saying? You're drinking Red Bull. I'm drinking Kawhi's or whatever, right? You know what's interesting about this? We had many shows that we've never aired while drinking, which is hilarious. And you know what's funny about that?
We have 10 shows stacked up right now. And we are working on this where like Smart and Mild is going to be like our YouTube.
Yeah.
And then we're going to come out with a Patreon that's going to be Smart and Wild.
Or OnlyFans. We don't know. We're not sure yet. Yeah.
And you're going to be able to all the critiques that you could potentially give us with the show that we have right now.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to live in that world.
Yeah.
With Smart and Wild.
Yeah, you're going to live in the fuck ups on that show.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
There's mistakes that are made. There's actually mistakes. There's like a career ending commentary accidentally.
Yeah. No. Yeah, no, accidentally. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's the right word, yeah.
And then also it's just like we also will apologize for some of these
100%. We're apologies for all the episodes that we've ever offended anyone. We're apologizing.
I'm so excited that I finally bought the lights that myself or Cam our apology lights are here.
Yes.
We finally have like our real studio apology lights. If a real apology ever happens, though, we are gonna do the blue
podium.
Yeah.
With the emblem in front and everything. Yeah. And we get because we're gonna have that moments. We're probably gonna have those moments even next week. You know what I mean? But what's interesting about our episodes that are lost and hidden and going to go on our Patreon and or OnlyFans is like I like how we start the episode going like, this is not gonna air. You know what I mean? we started like, this is not gonna go anywhere. And this is one of those episodes. I don't know where this is gonna go, but we'll find out.
What it is it's a look into the conversations that made us friends.
Yeah. That's true.
So that's the important part about this.
Yeah.
Now talking about friendship, I have a big update for you.
Okay.
I need you to become one of my groomsmen.
Oh, word?
Yeah. So I was wondering if you want to, be able to be a part of my wedding and bring this into like full tuition.
Well, fuck yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I'm down. I've never been a groomsman. That sounds like fucking
Cam's
fun.
gonna be a groomsman?
Yeah.
Come on.
Let's go. And then listen. The reality of I'm grateful. I'm very happy.
Yeah.
However,
we were voting. It's like a voting system.
Yeah.
That you really got to work on.
Hierarchy, yeah.
And I got you in.
Fuck yeah, dude.
With the curly-headed overlord. She didn't say no, but
Yeah, she's like
as you're like building the starting lineup for your wedding day.
Yeah.
There's just there's checks and balances, figuring out it's a process.
It's a selection
it's
process.
It's kind of a fun process.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're on the main team.
I like that. I like that. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
We're groomsmen. First time ever being a groomsman.
No way.
Every time I went to weddings, they always want me to be the ring boy, and I'm tired of it. Yeah, and this was like a couple years
The
ago.
amount of disrespect.
A couple years ago, I was a ring boy, and I'm tired. You know, and whatever. A dog can do it, but whatever. So,
Have you seen? There's ring men now.
Yeah.
And I actually like the ring men. What ended up happening is like during, I think it even sprouted through COVID, where people like weren't bringing kids to weddings,
Sure.
and all that kind of stuff. Ring man's a sick thing, but no, you're on the starting line.
Yeah, no, they didn't call me ring man, they called me ring boy. Whatever, that's a whole other story. But shout out groomsmen with the men, we're men in it.
Groomsmen, huh?
Yeah, I like that. And what I'm happy about, right? I'm very happy to be your groomsman. That's awesome. And we've been coming from friends, and that's awesome. The story, whatever. However, it just gives me more like a validation to go after the bridesmaids. I'm sorry, you know what I mean? Because
It gives you a little more leeway.
a little more leeway, because the reality of the situation is the curly-headed overlord has hot friends, and single friends, and we know him a little bit.
My biggest vote is trying to get you to be able to MC and DJ a little bit.
Yeah.
And now that you're actually groomsmen, you're out of that
Understood.
vote
I mean,
because there's different duties.
It would have been tough, yeah.
But yeah, I was like, that was. She was like, no, you don't. No. Actually, yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be funny. We're gonna figure this out.
Yeah. I mean, the reality is MC, DJ, like I would have been wanting to party, get drunk, and like at a certain point, I would just do what all DJs do and just put it on autoplay, and then just listen, I'm not doing this job in the first place. Like, let's not act like we're doing this. Let me just go party. You know what I mean?
But so anyways,
Yeah.
how we got to this groomsmen thing is the fact that the conversations that we've had are sometimes wild, sometimes hilarious, sometimes really thoughtful.
Word.
But also sometimes outside the boundaries that are usually culturally available.
Yep.
I actually don't think we're bad guys. We're just willing to talk about some things that usually you're not supposed to.
Yeah.
And that's where Smart and Wild is going to come into play.
Word.
But I don't know.
Yeah, Smart and Wild is going to be amazing. It's an amazing show. Going to be technically our third podcast, which is going to be even awesome. Coming very soon. Coming very soon, Smart and Wild. Coming very soon is the wedding. I got your magnet on my refrigerator. You know what I'm saying? The only magnet I have, you know what I'm saying? So it's pretty lit.
Yeah.
My fridge is pretty small, so it takes up like a quarter of it. So it's cool. But yeah, it's awesome. I'm excited.
But we're coming into the year with good energy. This is a long sobriety streak for us. This is good.
Yep.
We're trying to promote like healthy lifestyles, good eating, not consuming all this BS that the world's always putting in their body.
Yeah. And and we got to stay away from these. Well, I personally have to stay away from like honeypot traps. You know what I'm saying? Because the thickies and the chicas. You know what I'm saying? They get you like getting off derailing. You know what I mean? Like all of a sudden you're on this path, and all of a sudden, then it's like the Los Angeles trash just got in the way, and all of a sudden you're off the trail. And that it's like some thickie coming in with like alcohol, and she's like, "Come party with me," and I like that. You know what I mean? And that's the thing, I do like that. But the problem is I can't really do that right now. You know what I mean? So, because I'm on the path of righteousness.
So let's say we're out like on a Saturday, right?
Yep.
How many hours should it be going by until I put up the lost and found post? Or not the found, but the lost.
Yeah, the lost. I'll find my way back home. Eventually.
Because wouldn't it be horrible? Is like you are just on like a bender. You're up in the hills with no, like one of those houses with no reception.
Yeah.
And it's just such a fun party that you don't come back till Monday.
Yeah.
On like a Friday night.
Right.
And by the time you get back into reception territory, I have like a full search party out for you.
Looking for my ass. Yeah. It's really amazing. It's totally possible, 100%. And because some of the Hollywood Hills parties be interesting. You know what I mean? Every time I end up there, it was a pretty much good reason why.
Yeah.
Something involved tits, and that's totally possible for it to happen because I just kind of get lost in the sauce. I haven't done that in a while. You know what I mean? Usually, my party's only one day max. Tops, and my hangover is longer than the party. Trust me.
Yeah.
My hangover is 48 hours, and the party is 4. So we're trying to get better. We're trying to.
And you got to be careful. You're a made man now. You got your own spot.
Word.
No more roommates.
Word.
You're actually living like a dope part of the city.
Yep.
So you got to like groom your whole ways.
Yeah,
Once
like
you're a made man, you're in dangerous territory.
right, like I have a car and a place, and all of a sudden I feel like targets on me in a weird way by women, in which I love women, but all of a sudden they're like, oh, so like you have a place, so like can I sleep at your place? And like not like, but yeah, it's fine, but like I can't say that's the other part I was gonna say is gonna go Smart and Wild, you know, but my point is like there's like this like thing of like, well, see, you have money, right? Like you can help me. Right, like this, I'm like, no, you know what I mean. Even if I did, it's like, you know, do I want to go there? You know, because like, you know, a girl's over. She's like, I only have $30, and I was like, that's great. Sorry.
So
You know,
a girl made you go broke.
yeah, is what happened. So I gotta look out for that. You know what I mean? And so broke to the point where like, my car got towed and I couldn't take care of it. So that was the money from there. But whatever. We're very sorry, Dad. And whoever's listening is probably like, what the fuck am I listening to? But it's just a tangent that was my weekend. So yeah, sorry.
But we're going to do some comedy tonight.
We're gonna do some comedy tonight. Finally, dude, we've done a couple shows before, right? Like in the home crowd, if you will. And now like we're gonna go out to to where the comedians are to do open mic.
This is the 10th time that we've said this.
Yeah,
on this show.
Yeah. And now we're doing it. 10 times the charm, baby. And I'm excited. I'm excited to really get it out because the reality is it takes cojones. You know what I mean? It takes balls to go out and do it, and it takes you learning your script and learning what you're doing, and that can. There's a lot of hesitation involved. Like I can hesitate a lot, and not do it fully to my best extent. So I'm finally
I did an open mic on Saturday, and it was like. It was legit. It was legit pathetic. I've never had that happen to me before.
Yeah.
Where for some reason it just didn't like play out that well.
Yeah. Everything all good?
Yeah, just because of the light coming up from the.
Oh, okay, nice.
Okay. Cool.
We're like learning on the fly out here. I always want this to be a podcast where we can. It never has to be too serious that we can't like cut away and be like, what's going on?
Yeah. So that's just good. I'm really excited. LA is wild, man. We had a podcast about this, about the crackheads out here. But I think we need to rehash on that. We need to retouch it. You know what I mean? Because crackheads going wild. You know what I mean? There was a crackhead in my apartment building the other week, and now I'm like very crackhead discriminatory because it is what it is. I don't care what you say, and they come in all colors and shapes, by the way. You never know who lives in LA. You never know like who is going to attack you or who's just a tattoo artist. You know what I mean? Like you never know who's a crackhead and someone who's just like really into sports. Like it's hard to tell. You know what I mean?
Right.
And what's interesting is like when I just moved to my place and there's some crackhead was like in my hallway just like scratching her head and shit, right? And then like the next day there was like lady I thought was a crackhead and she's like let me get into the building from the wrong entrance, and I'm like I don't think I should let you in my building. Turns out she lives in my fucking building, and now she's mad at me. You know what I mean? I just got there 4 days in. I already have someone mad at me. And
because there's nothing worse than like going out for maybe like, you wouldn't go out for milk, but like say bread.
Yeah.
Like go down the store, go to the CVS,
Yeah.
get some toilet paper and stuff. You're walking back.
Yeah.
And you have a apartment mate that's looking at you as if you're a crackhead.
Yeah.
Trying to get into a place.
Right. Oh my God. Oh, I feel horrible for her now.
It's so disheartening.
So disheartening. Say I've been living here for 4 years, and you just got here, you motherfucker.
And with girls too. You can't say like, "Hey, you look so pretty today."
Yeah.
They'll be like, "What about yesterday?"
Yeah.
But if you like, they're like, "Oh, I don't know if you're safe," dude.
I said you look like a crackhead today, and I didn't know you lived here.
There's gonna be nothing worse though if you see her like on a Friday night coming in and she looks good.
Oh.
And you're like,
brutal.
"Hey, what's up?" And she's like, "I'm the crackhead."
Yeah, fuck you. Yeah, there's no coming back from that. It's okay. Luckily, she's not that hot, so I'm not really gonna.
You don't
put my
know
dick in there.
that. She might doll herself up different, dude.
Yeah. You got to see what I'm talking about, and you'll find out, quickly. And then, it's tough. She's the girl that crackhead or sports type of thing. By meaning like depleted face. So it's, I don't know. It's tough to understand what's going on. But I like, because my point is like, there's all these things happening. Some woman got stabbed to death, and the person while shopping, the other day, and then like they just found the killer. What's amazing to me, what was truly amazing to me, I want to put on the side for this, is that like they're all the police are like, oh well, don't commit this act. You're on camera. Don't do that. Someone's gonna see you. This. There's so many examples recently that motherfuckers get stabbed on camera, like in front of the desk, cashier's desk, like right, die. Fucking guy walks out the front door. The FBI and the LAPD is putting out tweets talking about help me find this guy. I'm like, fucking tweets? Are you kidding me? Like, you don't have the fucking capabilities to find this motherfucker? What? They just found the motherfucker today. It's like 4 days
That's
after.
why they also tweet out that one kid who shot that dude in the head in front of his mom.
Ooh.
Did you not see that one?
No. What the fuck?
Where like the guy comes over the counter, he's hassling the mom, and the kid grabs the gun and goes clunk.
Wait. Say that again, because I'm just confused. So there's a kid and mom.
Behind the counter.
Behind the counter. Counter person. Okay, got it.
Guy goes over counter to grab mom.
Okay.
Kid behind mom grabs gun and puts it on his head and goes clunk.
Kills the guy.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, because for a second I thought he shot his own mom. For a second, seriously, I thought I was confused.
Oh, no.
I was like, what? Okay, shot the guy. Got it. Okay.
Like just point blank.
Blank. Yeah.
And the LAPD also was pressing that one out. They're like, hey, just so you know, this happens too.
Yeah, and in those are the situations I like. You know what I mean? I like those situations because
you're disgusting, dude.
No. Because if someone is reaching over, trying to bull some bullshit, right? And then I can't defend myself. If I had a son, I'm like, didn't I teach you better?
Yeah.
Pull out a gun, cack. You know?
It reminds me of that 50 Cent song, but kind of like a remix. Like clickety clank, clickety clank. Money not coming out of the piggy bank.
No, it ain't. It really ain't. So it's really lovely to see because like this is why I always advocate protect yourself. We're talking to someone, one of the neighbors, and they said my biggest fear is someone comes in and tries to hold me hostage because they're trying to run away from some shit, right? And they're in a very dangerous situation. But like we got to protect ourselves, and sometimes it's clank.
Well, and it's tough because so I'm coming up today. You're already here.
Yeah.
And there's this lady who's sitting downstairs.
Right there. Yeah.
She's sitting in the chair. Yeah. And she's definitely disheveled.
Yeah, because she doesn't have all her hair. She doesn't have all her hair follicles. Let's just say. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
And a white lady seems like middle aged, nothing crazy, like high 30s, maybe 40s.
Sure.
You never know how drugs work.
Sure.
So you want to have some level of like empathy for it.
Yeah.
Right. So like. I see her, I'm walking in, and I'm like, hey, what's up? I always try to address people, look in my eyes, kind of gauge where I'm at.
Yeah.
And she was just sitting down, kind of chilling.
Just sitting there. And by the way, this is a pretty much closed-in apartment complex.
You're very classic, like, L.A.-looking, like, apartment complex.
Yeah.
With the open courtyard kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so I was definitely going to give it a second. Even though our apartment buildings had a ton of problems with homeless individuals coming in and just doing weird shit.
Yep.
Not always bad stuff, but weird. And weird's okay. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to let that happen. But then the guy who's like one of my neighbors, it sounds like buddies from home, jumps out and is like, hey, were you just jiggling the door handle? Yeah. To the lady.
Yeah.
And then that's why I immediately just turn around. I'm like,
you were like, I saw this happen. And you were like,
I'm like, so.
Excuse me.
You jiggled the door handle? And she's like, oh, yeah, my bad. I won't do it again. And I'm like, well. Yeah, but you're also gonna leave.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Well, give me a break. Can you
bend the rules
again?" And I'm like, I'm not gonna bend the rules because you already bent the rules.
Yeah.
And I was gonna bend the rules. The whole apartment complex is like, hey, when we do see people that are kind of like nomadic, we do ask people to leave because we have so many women that live here. Yeah. That it's like there's some level of like safety protocol.
100%.
Seeing a female is different than seeing a male.
Sure.
All day.
Sure.
But. Not if you're jiggling door handle.
Not if you're trying to open the door. And come to find out, like right when the homie left, you try to open the door. So
and she's trying to make me feel weird about it.
Yeah, she's like,
come on,
like how she wants you to bend the rules for me. That's what she said. And he's like, and you're like, you already bent the rules. So you gotta go.
I did it. I was nice.
Yeah, you were totally nice.
She's like, hey, no harm, no foul.
Yeah.
You gotta go.
You gotta go. And I was looking at her from above. I was just like, I was like,
you're up at the top being like,
I guess you gotta go,
She's looking at you for some like more empathy somehow.
And I'm sitting there like, I'm sorry, bitch. Like, but that's what happens when you come up in somebody else's apartment complex and then decide to sit down. Sometimes you gotta ask.
Sit down. You just can't jiggle.
You can't jiggle the door because my thought was like, listen. Say he left his door unlocked on accident and no one was inside.
She's inside now.
She's inside now. She's inside your apartment complex now. Said 2 hours later and can't open his door for some reason. And all of a sudden, he pulls the lock and he goes, and he pulls it open, he goes, closes back. He's like, wait, what the fuck? And then you finally open the door, and there's this fucking woman inside your house, and like, all the shit, probably shit's on the ground, and you're like, it's gonna shoot someone. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, oh, sorry. Bleep that out, sorry. Someone's gonna shoot someone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, someone's gonna get hurt in that situation.
And I feel so bad because the neighbor that's most bothered by it is getting always fucked with them.
Always fucked with. And it's so sad. You know what I mean? And like it's like that situation where like when you have a gun, you're more likely to get like killed by your own gun because you're fighting with someone with a gun. You know what I mean? It's like, and that it has nothing to do with God. Fucking bleep that out again. I'm so sorry. Nothing to do with this person. You know, he's just chilling, minding his business, and then all of a sudden, like, just shit kind of comes his way.
But people in LA, I think it's gotten so naive to the point of thinking, like, especially in like more like gentrified communities, that there's no guns around. There's guns here.
There's guns.
You gotta chill.
There's guns.
You gotta be careful.
Just because you're in California and Gavin Newsom with slick back hair doesn't mean gak boom boom. You know what I mean?
You gotta be careful.
It doesn't mean.
I'm like, it's getting to the point where I do think some like nomadic individuals, they gotta be stopped jiggling door handles.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna jiggle the wrong door handle.
Wrong door handle. And that's my door handle. Wrong one. You know what I mean? And, you know, I'm just not really interested. You know what I mean? Like, because, like, I already cleaned my place. I already mopped it, right? And then, like, this fucking dirt now in my place. No, bang. You know? That's it. You know? Because, like, I take off my shoes when I enter my own place. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, do you?
Yeah, there's a line you fucking take. If you don't take off your shoes, I'm going to be mad.
You already put a tape line
There's already a wooden line. It's already built in, right? But if you fucking pass that line without taking off your fucking shoes, bang, bang. Okay? I'm sorry. Okay? Especially if you're not welcome. Are you kidding? So, yeah. Anyway.
I would love to hear you explain that to the cops. Where you're like, did you shoot them because they were an intruder? No. I shot them because they passed the shoe line.
They passed the shoe line. Have you seen the LA streets? Have you seen the downtown LA streets? You gonna step in that shit and step in my place? No.
You know? Anybody gets shot.
Anybody gets it. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. You know, Dad, you better take off your shoes. You know what I'm saying? Homie, he knows the rules. You know, so my point is like a lot of things happening with, you know, the nomadic homeless or whatever, and I get it. We're trying to be empathetic and we're trying to do this, but like, you know, we've already passed the whole like send them all to Lancaster thing, but like, you know, we just gotta like look out. You know, it just gets tough. I never know how to explain it because it just gets tough because, you know, the reality is even if you were to kick them all out today, they'll be back tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, we do live in a world that you're supposed to have empathy to realize, like, not everyone's choosing this position.
No, yeah.
But there is elements that, like, there is so many dudes specifically that are just totally taking the advantage of this situation.
100%.
That's the only problem.
100%. You see, you know, you see women that are homeless or whatever, but less women than men for sure. And then you feel, like, bad for the women because you're like, God, like, and then they'll tell you stories about like I've been hurt in different ways.
Yeah, there's like so much. They're probably the most like fucked up because the dudes that are probably like doing all the shit to them.
Yeah, I saw, you know, downtown LA. Like the reality is I see a lot of shit now, and like there's this girl literally yesterday. She was like rolling people's cars, like knocking on, trying to say something. She was saying absolute nonsense, and but like she was like borderline cute. So like people were kind of like, what to do? You know, some chick out here on the streets. And I realized, I was like, and I looked at her, like, we literally locked eyes for a second, and I looked at her as I was entering my place. I was like, I pray for you. You know what I mean? Because you're literally in the street going, ah! And then I'm like, these ain't the streets to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, God forbid, this is only 10 p.m. Wait till 2. You know?
Yeah,
not good.
I wouldn't be downtown if I was a girl.
I wouldn't either.
It's not the spot to be.
Minimum West LA. I mean, shit. You know what I mean? Minimum. Yeah, I mean, but whatever. So there's a lot of situations where, you know, you don't want to catch yourself in, you know, and like I said, all these people look so different because she looked like like any other person.
You said she kind of looked cute.
Yeah, she was like any other, but I didn't. She told on herself by fucking knocking on people's windows, going, fuck that nigga, I'm gonna shoot somebody, in the middle of the street. That's how she gave herself away. If she was walking, I wouldn't think of anything of it.
That's a giveaway.
Dead giveaway. You know. So I don't know.
What if she lived in your building though?
And I would have to say sorry.
Sometimes you snap. I get that.
Yeah, you know, I wouldn't tell the difference.
She might have just not gotten an audition. She could be like a totally normal person.
You know, in these situations too, where it's like I met this one girl. She almost it's funny. It's almost a similar situation. That's what reminded me of her. And I don't care. Her name is Latoya, right? And this girl, it's Santa Monica. She was like a little kind of like just saying shit. But like I realized she was just drunk. I'm like, oh,
was she your type?
Almost. Let's be frank, right? I mean, that's why we ended up talking. She ended up in my car and smoking weed, but whatever. Like, no, let's not go there. But whatever. But she was just kind of drunk, but she was actually kind of fine. She's normal, like if you will. But I don't know. I just don't want to go there. But the wrong person can like invite her into her car, and then bad things happen.
Right.
So, but the dudes out there, hey man, get your shit together. You know what I'm saying, homie? Like if you ain't, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, go to McDonald's. I don't know. Fucking like I've seen so many situations. We got homeless people out here trying to create a car wash out of trash. You know what I mean? Like at least
he's actually gonna get that done.
Truly, he really will. I believe him. Like he's truly gonna create a car wash, and I think he has the access to do it. And hey, fuck it. If you are $50 a day or I don't know whatever, shout out to him. Eventually he's gonna get his little spot, whatever. He's moving up in the ladder. You know what I'm saying? But motherfuckers just like. I'm starting to see the same homeless people now every single time, and I feel horrible because I see that same homeless people come across someone like some visitor in LA, and they have sympathy. I don't. You know what I mean? Same guy, same with the blue fucking sweatshirt and the blue thing. It has fucked up hair down the middle, but he has dreads on the side for some reason, right? And he literally he like fucking launches his cup at you like money, like shake it, like not say words, go at you, right? And like. I don't like if he comes at me, I want to punch him. I have no sympathy. Go fuck yourself. You've been doing this for years, right? But any other person would be like, oh yeah, I need to get one. I'm like, sucker. And that guy knows that, by the way. He's like, got him, because he remembers my face and doesn't come up to me anymore. Why? How was that possible?
Yeah, what's tough is like because you get a guy like that. There's actually so many like. There's a veil of families behind the scene that are actually dealing with it for real.
Totally.
That just get in the way of he's getting in the way of all the real like utilities.
Totally.
That could really be possible.
Totally.
And that's where LA's in this like weird paradox is petty crime isn't even looked at anymore.
Mm-mm.
And then you can't do anything about the guys that are issues. So then it ends up hurting everybody else.
Yeah.
And then you get this voting population that just goes, well, let's not deal with it.
Yeah, and this doofus that stabbed the woman in the store, he already was arrested a bunch of times for violent offenses and this and that. They kept letting him out, and then shock, he does something else worse.
Right. And I say that as a person who the LAPD hates.
Yeah.
Because they think I'm like some activist.
I'm saying this is a person who if I have extra food, I go give it to them. Like I give it to homeless people whenever I can, almost once a week now. But like I'm saying this as like a true empathetic, and they grew up giving clothes and food to homeless people. But like now I'm like I'm still gonna do it. But the reality is it's like I can also punch someone in the face too.
Well, dude, what's annoying also is different services that aren't actually providing anymore because of Omicron.
Yeah.
So, like last week, I packed meals for the Midnight Mission because the Midnight Mission has shut down their food service because of Omicron.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And we have so much money in the city that's supposed to go to creating impact.
Yeah.
Everyone just doesn't actually do shit.
They don't do
Very
shit.
Annoying.
Yeah, they might probably just collect it and leave. Whatever. But LA is crazy, man, when it comes to that. And I do really think we should help the people that get to be helped.
Right.
But there's also a filtration process where it's like not everyone actually needs this or doesn't want it. That's just the reality. And I'm not even like fronting anymore.
Yeah, we just can't have the assholes get in the way of our empathy, right?
Yeah, no. And and I'm sorry, like if you've been on most people have came in contact with like help of some kind, and like pretty good, maybe not most, but like a decent amount of people, and that doesn't always, sometimes they end up back on the streets, you know what I mean? And it's just like
right.
I don't know. Anyway,
I had an uncle on the streets.
Yeah,
a homeless uncle, but he was a homeless uncle in the sense of, it was small town homelessness.
Okay.
Which is a really different thing.
Yeah.
He was schizophrenic, so he was dealing with all that.
Yeah.
Our family had like a house for him.
Yeah.
And we'd come back and like give him coats and stuff. Mm-hmm. But then we would go to his house and he wasn't there.
Yeah.
And then where we'd always find him is back at the bar. And then like the expensive coat that we get in Minnesota, like coat doesn't seem like it matters in LA. In Minnesota, coat like really matters.
Yeah.
Because you can actually die if you don't have like the right apparel.
Yeah.
And his coat would always be gone. So we'd always get him like new coats, and that's what's the tough part about like schizophrenia and drug use.
Yeah.
Is it gets to this dicey spot, or even, but the small town could kind of circle him and be like, they would all like be looking after him.
Yeah.
And that's what sucks about these big cities. These big cities don't have time to look.
No, we don't. You know, even if, like I said again, like even like we're saying, like even if you have empathy, it's like I don't have all the time in the world to do that.
Right.
I'm sorry, this is the reality. Because I have, because like even like it's like it reminds me of like a person who wants to work in mental health. Let's just say, right? And a normal person wants to help mental health people, right? I mean, I know some of these people, and I'm telling you right now, like I would say 8 out of 10 times they end up having like short circuiting themselves. They literally end up like having like their own like mental disorders. I wonder why. You know what I mean? Because like
maybe society should all have like, we should have to take turns.
Yeah, sure. Turns.
On like diving in
turns,
for like 3 months.
Yeah, 3 months and then get the fuck out.
It's like so you graduate from high school.
Yeah.
And you either can like join the army, or join like some sort of like doing good space.
Yeah.
Like a social good space.
Yeah.
Like 2-3 years.
Yeah.
As long as you're like above a certain median.
Yeah.
Where it's like, look, mom and dad were both making over $100,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
You have to dedicate like 3 years of service.
Right.
Just real quick.
Because you're not just going straight to the streets, like bruh. You know what I'm saying? You gotta need some help out here. At least.
And we don't need to send you straight to college. Just go drink.
Yeah, exactly. You like at least set you up for the situation. Have a good heart. But after that, you know, you're on your own. You know what I mean?
and they only give you like 3 years or three weeks to come up with an idea to see if you are Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
They're like, all right, we'll give you like a little grace period.
Yeah.
If you're Bill Gates,
got it. Fine. Yeah. But you know. 0.01%, you know,
because they'll get you on the back end. Because Bill Gates is gonna have to be doing some community service. I bet.
Yeah.
Before the end of his life.
Oh, dude.
With this Epstein stuff.
Oh, dude. I saw literally a trash can saying "Arrest Bill Gates" on the way here. You know what I mean? Literally. So you know, whatever. Anyway.
That was probably the one guy with the hair you were talking
about. Probably. Yeah. Like, you know, very interesting. So I don't know. It's just you know, we kind of keep coming back to this topic because you know, the city has never done anything about it. So they kind of cleaned up Venice Beach a little bit, but other than that, you know, it's kind of a mess. And,
how about the Amazon package graveyard?
Oh, dude. So before I say this, I do want to say this real quick. So what I mean by like, you know, it goes away. What's amazing about downtown LA, I kid you not. So I'm very close to Santee Alley, right? And whoever's listening, don't come find me. And then so what's amazing is that Santee Alley every single day, it's always open. The shops are open, and I love it. I love to see it. Everyone's having their small business.
Santee Alley is probably the coolest spot in Los Angeles.
It's amazing. It's truly amazing. But like, and then you during the day, it's always open, flourishing, and they close at around 4 or 5, right? And but every single night, if you come, say you were to pass by there around 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, it's like always filled in front of these businesses with a bunch of homeless people moving in, literally lighting papers on fire, like having fires. There's fucking, I hear the fire, LAFD every fucking night because they're trying to light up a fucking homeless fire or whatever, right? But what's amazing to me is every single morning, the shops open up, they sweep everything up, and all of a sudden it's back to normal. Every single, like clockwork.
Yeah.
So it's just like it's like no matter what you do, it's like, yeah. Anyway, so.
And it sucks. Well, it sucks because like in Santee Alley is like the actual like hustlers in America,
totally
like making it happen.
If
that is like truly like one of the structural like backbones of the economy in that space. You can actually see like ground zero of how things are happening.
Hustlers,
how fashion and any like trinket, any product, any flower, any like wedding item, like it's like. Oh
yeah, cloth, whatever.
And then all those items are going and being like upsold
yep.
to like different bougie retail spaces all over
LA, US, everywhere. I see the same stuff in the Ontario Mills Mall. You know that
all the time.
Right from right. I'm like, oh, I'm paying double for this vape, whatever that I just found it.
Yeah, you got to go to Santee Alley.
100%. So it's like literally the pinnacle of hustlers, and then like it's literally filled at night with like the complete opposite. Like it's almost like night and day. Whatever. Anyway, the graveyard.
Well, the Amazon graveyard is wild.
Dude, that's crazy because like I didn't know that was happening. You know, I used to take the train all the time, but I didn't know it was like filled with a bunch of shit. Like, is this recent? Like,
it's recent, yes.
Because like the new, like sometimes the news story comes out like later. You know what I mean? As it's been happening for months.
Maybe there is elements to it where like, let's say you live by that.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, this has been like that forever.
Okay.
Wait, what is that?
So there's this spot in Los Angeles where I think it's like the Union Pacific.
Yeah, it's around Union Station, basically. The train stations, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But what's where the actual like the facilities for like sourcing product.
Yeah.
So people are jumping onto the train tracks, opening up the doors, taking all the Amazon products out, and there's like packages everywhere.
Because sometimes they're waiting in line to move, so they might stay there all night or hours or whatever. And the train's like a mile fucking long. So and then there's not enough security to look at them all, and so people are just like, free shit.
What's so crazy is you would assume there's security.
Well, you know it's funny. So there's the whatever rail company they hire their security, not LAPD, not LA Sheriff's Department. It's their own doofus security that have probably a flashlight and that's it. First of all, good protecting them because they probably all got beat up. You know that's probably why that's probably everybody getting jacked.
And I don't know one of the largest like train distributors of packages has now like canceled their transportation into Los Angeles because of it.
No way.
Yeah, they're like we don't transfer into Los Angeles.
Oh, that's transfer into. Okay, because I have to get it from they have to get it and move it from the shipping lots from Long Beach.
Yeah, it's all Long Beach.
Long Beach,
like
LA,
every product basically that's coming from China
or anywhere
comes
east
through Long Beach.
Yeah. So yeah, it'll transfer into. Okay, that makes sense.
Then it must get shipped up through the trains.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what fucking direction they're going into. If someone robs the train, whether it's going to fucking Nevada or it's coming in.
Yeah.
So it doesn't even.
Well, it's all inward bound to the country, right? So these are packages from all over the world,
right?
Just dispersed to freaking Minnesota,
right? Mm-hmm. So like that's a weird, odd statement to make. You know what I mean?
Well, that's how big of a problem they believe it is.
Right. But I get what you're saying. It's a big problem. That's not good. You know what I mean? But I think they should just hire more security or put better locks in the trains. I don't know. You know?
Yeah. Apparently, like they jump up there. The dudes like cut the bolt.
Yeah.
And then they just have free reign on Amazon packages.
I mean, you know, nothing's really like fully, break-in proof. It's very difficult to do that because someone will find a way.
Obvious. I mean, if you can get into the Capitol.
Yeah, I mean, shit.
Amazon.
I mean, and then motherfuckers still finding people from the January 6th mission. I was like, how many cameras are there? And then like, FBI's tweeting like, where are the people? Whatever. Like, this is fucking amazing.
You can get in anywhere.
I mean, anywhere.
That's why, like, any kid with a dream, like, you can make it happen.
Literally any kid with a dream. The motherfucker that stole my handicap placard out of my car that was locked and fucking the windows were up, he was in front of cameras. This literally, I swear to you, there was a glass building, right? And there's cameras facing literally at my car. It was two of them. Like that. Like I couldn't be more in front of the cameras. Motherfucker broke on, took my shit, bounced. And
I don't think there's any cameras that are real in America.
Apparently not. Apparently fucking not. Because like you didn't do shit. I emailed the motherfuckers that directly in front of it. I emailed them and I'm like, hey, excuse me, like someone broke into my car recently. Should you mind like maybe sending me the camera footage so I can send it to the cops or whatever? Didn't hear a reply back. First of all, I hope they get their windows broken. That's a whole nother story. Because you didn't reply to my email, that's a whole other story. My point is the motherfuckers ain't reporting shit. Cameras, they don't care about cameras. They don't care about anything. They barely care about people looking. You know what I mean? People can look right in the face, and you're just like, just stab with some motherfuckers.
They probably got the fake ones just for intimidation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like the cops, like LAPD will have like cameras on post.
Yeah.
All over different communities.
Yeah.
But in those communities, they never seem to solve shit.
They never seem to solve shit.
They never can figure anything out. They're like, oh, we couldn't find.
Where is the killer?
It's like, dude, do you not have cameras everywhere?
Everywhere.
Yes, of course we do.
Yeah. We have 24-hour patrol and watching. We have all these specific officers. And we put $40,000 of equipment on them, but we can't find the motherfucker that killed him on Grand and Fifth. What the fuck? You know, bro? Like, what are you kidding me right now? You know what I mean? So I just truly amazed. You know what I mean? And this is you know what dawned upon me. What really dawned upon me during the whole protests at Black Lives Matter and everything.
And we met at the protest.
But what's amazing to me is that like motherfuckers going crazy, breaking into windows, breaking all this shit, and they had to send the National Guard in because the police couldn't take care of it, right? But even the National Guard, when you start shooting MFers, like, really, let's be serious. We live down the street from each other. Stop.
And me and Cam met because we both tried to pick up the same brick.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like going for the brick, and we're like, oh, what's up? No, you can throw it. No, I'll throw it. No, you can throw it.
Like, you're on my team. You're like, I'm on your team.
And then I picked it up, and I was like, going to throw it at that, and you're like, you throwing it at that? I'm like,
it's like, no, that one. You know?
Yeah. So that's how we met.
You know, but it's fuck was like, okay, yeah, because but my point is like, it's not the police that hold ourselves together. We hold ourselves together. You know what I mean?
Only way, dude.
Society holds themselves together. Literally, like at any moment, the 405 can go. You think traffic is bad? Watch two motherfuckers with Escalades just start. The traffic crash accidents. He can pull out guns and we can have a war today, and there's nothing gonna stop us from having a fucking war with each other. Nothing.
Right.
So
it's the fabric of just like civility.
It's exactly fabric of civility. Like I meet you, I don't punch you in the face. I go hello.
The problem is though, is when your back gets pushed up against a wall.
Yeah.
Civility gets a little weird.
Yeah.
Because like if it's about your money or your food or your house, it gets dicey really quick.
Pulling up the gat. You know what I mean? And like and I think that. I mean, I don't think it's whatever, however you think of it, but like a lot of people that were like in the Midwest or whatever, they're watching the news of something that happening like 3,000 miles away from them in Minnesota or LA or whatever, and they're grabbing their guns and fucking butt Iowa. They're like, I can't wait till these black motherfuckers come up in my spot. They're like arming them up, and I'm like, ain't nobody coming at you. You know what I'm saying?
You're in Davenport, Iowa. Dude.
Yeah, but you think that. You know, they're gonna come take my shit. They're gonna come rob me. They're gonna there. You know, that's a whole different story. But you know, but like no, like dude, like it's not. You know, every a lot of things happen for a reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like people just like come up on you, other than the stabbing in the one store. You know, and just you know fucking get you. It's kind of like cause of events. You know
that's why like America's wild. It's ridiculous. It's wrong. But it's also beautiful, right?
Yeah.
I always do think about this, like the scenario of having like a World War III and thinking about like China or Russia in an old school sense, thinking that they were like going to march across America and then they have to meet. Like, what if everyone actually like bound together?
Right.
And like we're on the same team.
Yeah.
You're not getting very far.
You're not getting past, you know, downtown LA high key. You're
but even if you do, then you what? You end up.
You got to hit Riverside, right? Are you fucking kidding me? You ain't passing Riverside. You know? You ain't. These motherfuckers are strapped. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna get them. You know what I'm saying? They're like, get the Chinese, and some people there might be casualties, but you know, I'm telling you, they're not. You're not gonna get very far. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you think you're gonna? God, you think you're gonna pass that and get to Arizona? Oh, fuck you!
Because you're like, oh, dude, thank God we got through Riverside.
Yeah.
We took Riverside.
Arizona and Nevada? Are you fucking? And pass that to Texas? No, son.
How many old dudes are just nutting and being like, I drank this.
I cannot fucking wait for this.
Like Biden saying I get to do anything.
Oh my god! Like it's foaming at the mouth. It's like they seen a hot woman for the first time. They do like it's amazing to me.
It's like I get to use all my guns.
Yeah. Like, and I'm. You know, it ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying?
And we don't even know what they do in Utah.
We don't know what they do.
Nobody knows what they do in Utah.
Son, there's gonna be 7 wives popping out the same house with a gat with each one, son. And then you're like, yo, what's good? I'm protecting my kids and my husband. What the fuck is good?
You're in some like Mormon bomb shelter, 7 floors deep.
Have you seen those fucking Netflix documentaries, son? Are you kidding me? They'll let you on fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, you ain't getting past it. You know what I'm saying?
So I don't know.
It ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? And like, even if you start east, you know, it's like it doesn't work. It doesn't work. You're gonna what do you rob South Carolina?
I think you would get through New York.
You might.
Like you would be kind of like pepper your way through New York.
But then you gotta get to Pennsylvania.
New Jersey, but then you do get to Pennsylvania.
Yeah, no.
And it gets dicey quick. And then how are you ever gonna get like then you're Ohio and Wisconsin?
No. Listen, you literally have a better chance fucking North Korea bombing us before that any of that.
And that's the only way you would be able to do World War.
Oh, only way.
You just have, or you coronavirus it.
You know, is that so? I mean, yeah, you drop a bomb somehow, somewhere, you know, biological or nuclear.
What if like coronavirus was like this idea that like you get everybody to get scared of something, then you get vaccinated, and they're like, don't worry, all these idiots will get vaccinated. We'll be able to pump anything they want. They didn't realize how America really is.
Yeah. We're all like fighting each other, like putting on Reddit conspiracy.
If there is like a zombie serum. Only half of us are ever going to get it.
Clearly.
And it matters what president we have.
Exactly. And it's hilarious. And now we know which ones are going to get it. It's going to be New York first, California Southerners, and it's people in San Francisco. And everyone's going to be like, watch this. Watch this. And the motherfuckers they're already crazy. You're already crazy. They're already writing articles about like how should we take your children and shit. I think the coronavirus vaccine is working the way it's supposed to be. Anyway.
We are fully vaccinated all the time, every time.
But we
have receipts,
but everything's normal in California if you're vaccinated, and but it's just amazing, to watch. But I do think it's funny how like how people will challenge it, like, oh, these people in San Francisco, the Bay Area, LA, New York, they're all crazy, and then I live here, and I'm like, what are you talking shit about us, right?
Well, I get stuck in the middle of it.
Yeah.
It's like I always have my Minnesota people being like, how's it going?
Yeah.
How you do it over there today?
Yeah.
And then vice versa.
Yeah.
Because like something will happen in Minnesota. Well, I mean George Floyd, but
the Target, like
the
fire,
all the different stuff though.
Yeah.
And then my California fans are like, how's it going?
How's it going? Yeah. Excuse me. This is fucking milking that shit. Don't worry, I don't have Corona. I think I just drank this Koya.
Looks like Red Bull is going to be our sponsor for doing Koya.
Legit, because waiting to the sponsor. Did you put fucking milk in here? What the fuck is going on here? Anyway.
Are you lactose?
No, I don't know what it is. I'm just coughing. Anyway, they're gonna cancel our sponsorships right now. But no, it is funny to see. You know what I mean? Like, and it is. Oh, speaking of, people were worried about us because there was about to be a fucking tsunami the last weekend. The fucking Tonga Islands blew the fuck out, right?
I actually wanted to start surfing. I've only been surfing once.
You know what I was prepared for, legit? Because every time I'm here in Venice, they have those fucking stupid signs of like, tsunami, if there's a tsunami, go here. And like, motherfuckers ain't going there. Motherfuckers are dipping just away from the water. You're like, east. They're not fucking left turn, right. Where's the tsunami center? Should I go? No, motherfuckers are just going east. The 10's gonna be backed up, 6 is gonna be backed up, but motherfuckers ain't going like follow signs after that. I'm just saying, if a real tsunami pops up, But I that's what I really wanted to see. I'm like, watch this. These signs, and I was worried about you, but I'm sorry I didn't call. But
no, I looked at it. I had like the little like warm. Well, I wake up pretty early.
Yeah.
Like 6:30, and I'll start like reading the news.
Yeah.
Or I go to bed late, and I'm just still. For some reason I love politics in the news.
Yeah.
So, but it was kind of interesting being at like one-eyeing it at 5:30 and being like, tsunami, like, West tsunami. Coast, like be prepared. I'm like, fuck.
Excuse me.
Might be a weird day.
And like,
but I think the waves were only like a few feet higher.
Yeah, they weren't that bad. It was like a little bit higher, and that was the end of it. Yeah.
Again, how much would actually get wiped out?
They said that it's like a big tsunami wave. It would go to like the center of like downtown LA.
Right. That's what I was thinking.
All the way over there.
But here's what's interesting about that, right?
That would be crazy.
That would be crazy. But what's
you could just stand on your. I guess I'm talking about tsunamis is not a big deal, and then everyone's like Katrina.
Yeah.
Like it gets crazy.
No, it can get real crazy real quick.
Different deal, but kind of the same. It would probably be the same disaster.
Well, natural disasters in general can be like fucked up at any moment in time, because worse than Corona. I mean, holy shit. But like, well, I mean, it's kind of by design, but not really, because there's kind of rich people everywhere. But it does kind of make me giggle a tiny bit if like a was a tsunami and it just covered like, West LA, Mid LA, South LA, Koreatown, all the way to downtown, right? Motherfuckers in Hollywood Hills and Beverly Hills are like, sucks.
They would all be like, fuck.
Damn, that sucks.
Shit.
Yeah.
Is that our pharmacy?
Damn, son. Like, I had fucking how many parking lots over there? Fuck.
And we can say that because we'd be drowning.
We'd be drowning like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to find the tsunami center. You're like, yo.
Winners win, huh?
Yeah. They'd be looking
and they would be winners win. And
yeah.
they'd
be like, damn, like, Did my insurance cover that? You know what I mean? Like that. I guess. Hopefully,
and there'd be some like just chick up there being like, "What are you gonna do about this?"
100%. What are you gonna do? And then like, what are the rich people? How dare they? And I'm like, oh shit, that's gonna be really interesting to see.
So a lot of people like in Minnesota, whenever there's floods, it's interesting because a lot of people have boats, and honestly, like pretty much the poorest people have boats because it's like kind of like part of the lifestyle. So I'm saying like everybody has boats.
Yeah.
And so whenever there's flooding, you like literally see people jet skiing. So it's kind of like fun.
Yeah.
It sucks because it wrecks everybody's basements. I mean, you don't have basements around here.
Yeah.
But like when there's really, really bad floods, you'll be like, everyone's like, just like their boat starts floating and then they're out there.
Yeah. It's really something. You know what I mean? I would probably.
No way we swimming though.
I'll be swimming to Ken's house and be like, let me get on that roof, son. What's the deal? I bet that would survive it. I'm sure.
I think so.
But it's too close. It's probably too close. To the water. It'd be really fucked up.
The traffic would be so bad during a road disaster.
Dude, the 10 freeway would be so fucked up. Normandy Avenue, fucking Fairfax. Holy shit, dude. You think Melrose is bad now? Holy fuck, dude. Mm-hmm. Holy fuck. I'm just saying. So LA is 100% not up to having a natural disaster because if we are, I can't stress how fucked we are. If we really had that tsunami, woo.
Yeah, I'm too close to it.
Yeah, it would just be we're not set up for it. Period. Not even close.
But that was in Tonga.
That was in Tonga Islands. Yeah. Is that past Hawaii or before Hawaii?
I think it's before.
Before. So we got Hawaii first. But
I
no.
think so.
Tonga Islands, is it south of Hawaii? Let's look it up real quick.
How are the Tongans doing? Did it like wipe the whole place out?
In all seriousness,
I haven't heard much about that.
One of the islands.
I didn't even think about it until now. But
because they had no internet, they had no communications.
Okay.
So, but one of the islands actually, unfortunately, got wiped out. It had all the houses gone.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's important. It's so unfortunate. Oh yeah, it's before Hawaii. Oh, it's a distance, dude. Holy hell. That's a zoom out.
Oh, Fiji's right there? What happened to Fiji?
Fiji's probably screwed.
Oh.
It would have hit New Zealand first.
Oh my God, it's out there.
That's really far, dude.
So what happened to Australia? If we're getting hit,
right?
Maps are always so weird though because it's hard to know distance.
And yeah, well, I mean that's a fucking distance. I mean.
Yeah, but not compared to where it was a U.S.
Yeah. I mean, it would have hit Fiji, American Samoa, French Polynesia. It would hit all those islands.
Hawaii's right
here. Yeah, if anything, Hawaii would have been most affected.
Wow.
It would have hit Gulf of Mexico before it hit L.A. That's kind of a lot.
They said that it went from the SoCal all the way up to the coast in Alaska.
Right.
What?
Yeah, from when I saw the initial look of the area that was going to be most hit, I thought it was more northern California, or even up in Alaska that was going to get most hit.
Yeah.
So that's weird. The world map's always difficult to understand, where we are actually in that. I feel like the perspective is always difficult.
Yeah, and but it is interesting to say the least to have a volcano happen over there, and it's still affected, even though it's a little bit, but it's still affected where we are. And that's,
you would gotta think there's some around closer.
Yeah, and there was, but I'm saying still, the fact that that's even possible, that's crazy. That's the. Mother Nature's a motherfucker.
Like Samoa.
Yeah, I think the island next to it got fucked up the most. Probably that.
Wait, so American Samoa? Do we have territory there?
I think so. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but they don't do shit. It's
like a Puerto Rico situation.
It's or further, which is, holy shit, that's worse.
Damn.
I think that
I just have to look for those spots maybe for probably kind of cheaper honeymoon spots.
Flight is probably down. I'm just saying, it's probably a couple hundred or less than a couple, maybe 95. You know what I'm saying?
It's like when Iceland's during their shitty part of the year.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, I'm going to Iceland. It was they paid me.
Yeah.
And then they get there and ugh.
Oh shit. Yeah. I mean, I can't. I hate to say this, but maybe it is time to go to Fiji. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. American Samoa. I don't know what I'm saying. Might have come back with a little bit of cancer, but it is what it is. At least you rest it.
Yeah.
You can go a couple $100 and cheaper. You know what I'm saying? Save money.
That range.
What's that range? What's the distance? You can, if you go to maps, back to maps, you can do there's a oh god, a ruler you can use. It should be, where is it? Like directions from here. No, it's okay. No, it's far as fuck. It is what it is.
That's crazy.
It is. Oh, there you go. Stretch that. Yeah.
I mean, that's what you're using?
30 miles and that's nowhere. Yeah, dude. Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah. That's that. Yeah.
This reminds me of that thing when like they want to just like scale the Earth on with the sun.
Yeah.
6,000 miles. 6,000 miles away.
Yeah, that's further than the like. Isn't that further than the U.S. like side to side?
The U.S. is what, 6,000 miles across?
Yeah.
That's where maps are difficult, though.
Yeah.
Because I would have thought that was further.
Yeah. Yeah. That wasn't going to affect us.
There we go.
I mean, that's just the reality. But, they were screaming on the news, as they always do. Like, oh, my God, oh, my God, oh, my God.
This is slow news day.
Yeah, and then once someone does that, which you just did, to see the calendar, I'm like, oh, that's way too fucking far.
But then again, the fact that it even affected us and it is that far is
that's crazy.
Yeah. But and say, you know what? And now that I think about it, the Japan, when the thing happened in Japan, we were worried about tsunamis too, and that's really fucking far away too.
It sucks because they're like an island too.
Yeah.
And they're like surrounded by a body of water. So
right. It literally just is pushed like you go like right that through. To water like that. Yeah. It's yeah.
That was just an earthquake, right?
Earthquake, and then the nuclear reaction. Oh no, the earthquake caused the nuclear reaction to fail, and then
the
big
leakage
fish
and all that. There was like a leakage and all that. They had to like shut down that whole area.
Oh yeah.
Evacuate everybody.
Yeah.
You ever notice that like nuclear sites could, for some reason, are like always near water? You know what I mean? It's not like
Well, I think inland U.S. we have nuclear.
That's true. But like, there's a lot for some reason near like, or at least maybe in Japan near water. I'm like, excuse me, like. What if something goes wrong?
And that seemed to be there was elements of human error in that, right? Because they like didn't check a bunch of stuff.
I think you're talking about Chernobyl.
No,
Chernobyl?
that
was human error. Yeah, they fucked up. Ain't no weather, ain't no eruption, ain't no shit going on. They're just like we didn't connect the things and
misclick.
Oops. Yeah. That's brutal. Anyway, Twitter. I what's interesting about like us is like I look on Twitter. For stories of topics to talk about, but Twitter has like the most like just craziest, most like what the fuck is the world coming to stories.
Okay.
In the planet, right? And I'll pull this up real quick, and I'll send this to you, Ernie. But Joe Rogan actually pulled this up. You can call me whatever you want to call me, but he pulled up this article from the San Francisco Times, and it says, "What is true equity? California should force parents to give away their children."
Okay. That's just obviously a tag.
Yeah. But I do. But that's one of those things that like say what is true equity? California should force parents, and then San Francisco, you'll find it.
Okay, but this is the San Francisco Chronicle saying that.
Yeah.
So Joe Rogan's putting it on to say this is how crazy we're getting.
Yeah. And I know he's labeling all of California, and I know that's not true.
Yeah.
But
no, that was right. That was right out there.
First
one. What is true equity? Yeah.
Parents should to swap their children. I just want to read the first couple sentences. In California, ever going to achieve true equity, the state. Oh shit! These pop-ups.
It's all right.
The state must require parents to give away their children. Today's Californians often hold up equity, the idea to just society completely free from bias. As a greatest value, Governor Gavin Newsom says he makes decisions through an equity lens. Institutions from dance ensembles to tech companies have publicly pledged themselves to equity along with diversity and inclusion. Okay. What's the issue? Fathers and mothers with greater wealth, education, and resources have more likely to transfer their advantage to their children, compounding privileges in generations. As a result, children should be less advantaged from parents face an uphill struggle. Okay, I see what they're getting at already. The solution is simple. While we wait for the legislation to pass, we can act now. The rich should give their children to the poor, and the poor should give their children to the rich. Homeowners might swap the children with their homeless neighbors.
There would be something that would be good about this, right?
I just want to take I want to take a moment of silence just to reorder my mind for what I just read.
One thing I think that's interesting is we do have a money problem in America, right? Where it's like everyone on both sides thinks that America has a possible good to do good.
Mm-hmm.
They just need like the other side to step up,
Yep.
whether you're on the right or left, right?
Yep.
So the right's like, we just need to get the government out,
Mm-hmm.
and then the left's like, no, we need to get the government in because the government's like, we can vote in empathetic people that'll do right.
Yep.
But really, what ends up happening is that by day to day, everyone proves they actually don't give a fuck.
No, yeah.
On both sides.
On both sides, yeah.
Because the money never hits the ground on the topics that we're discussing.
No.
Never.
No. Trickle down economics.
Even the left. The left can vote in all of these like empathetic politicians that say they give a shit.
Yeah.
And then money never hits the ground.
No.
At least with this, the rich people would be like, yo, I got to start sending some cash. Got to Venmo my kid.
Yeah. Like, wait, like, imagine the rich people were like, damn, like I haven't sent you to school with no money. You act like the broke kids. I just think that I think there's a couple things wrong here. First of all, I think that sometimes opinions should be kept to themselves. People should keep their opinions to themselves because shit like this pops up and I have to read it and repeat it on Smart and Mild like it's just filth, right? As much filth as I said, this is probably the most filth I've ever said on this show. And to have the idea of like, I've done well for myself. I raised my kids well, and they grow up, and we have a good life. Let's just say, right? And all of a sudden, because someone else didn't do their job, I got to be like, you know what? Let me swap these kids out real quick. Let me get your kids. I'll take my kids. Now, don't get me wrong. It's a real fun show to put on ABC. You know what I mean? But
solid reality television.
Solid reality TV show. You know what I mean?
Especially if it was pay-per-view, then maybe it actually could be an equity.
Yeah, I would like pay-per-view because maybe they do more shit. Maybe they fight for real. Maybe they hear their cousin. Maybe I would always want them to fuck their whatever. Anyway, but
that's a porn.
Yeah, I know, mother, neighbor, whatever, right? But I worry to see something like that because I feel like these opinion pieces truly do change the mindset for a couple people, and it starts to warp itself into mainstream society.
Well, what's like the point of this? I don't get I don't get the point at all.
It's an opinion piece, right? And it is what it is. But but these opinion pieces, people don't register them as opinion pieces, and people will read this and be like, yeah, that's a good idea. Because if you justify it enough, it's a good idea.
Well, I don't think you should. I don't believe in the whole cancel thing. But it's just funny that someone's actually like thinking about this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But if someone thinks about it to someone else, it just permeates and everyone starts thinking like maybe we should start swapping our kids. And all of a sudden, I mean,
but it wouldn't change any of the cyclical matter of the issue.
No, it literally wouldn't. Because eventually, I need my kids back.
Well, no, but it would prove that the kids that are brought up in the house with more economic availability. Mm-hmm. They will have the ability to have more access.
Yeah. And
then the kids who are living in a situation that's less economically favorable, statistically, are going to have a harder time.
Yeah.
And nothing will change about that.
Even if they do swap, what? So I'm going to send little Ray to prestigious Catholic school, and little fucking Stacy to little Ray school. I mean, holy shit! I imagine your first day of both sides. I mean, holy fuck, She's like, she's like, what are you fucking blind ass bitch? And then little homie, little Ray goes to school. He's like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. You know what I mean? Like, what algebra? What? This, that. And then he's like, I'm only in 4th grade. And then he's like, no, we learn algebra in 4th grade. And they're like, what? What?
Yeah, but the thing is what it ends up doing is it creates this perpetual cycle of they're actually not addressing the issue of actually it really becomes a funding problem.
Yeah,
that's the whole thing. It's just creating more access with real funding.
Yeah. Or maybe we should just have better schools. I don't know.
Schools are tough though because you still got to go home to stuff.
Yeah, and, that's tough.
And it's not necessarily about the family that you're going home to because your family can do so much. Your family really can protect this house, right? A family in any scenario can really actually propel itself out of any scenario.
Yep.
It might take generations and it might take some time, but that is available.
True.
But then there are so many extracurriculars from that space that just add an overwhelming amount of pressure that then bring down the statistical probability of real success.
I would argue that's 100% true. You know, it's interesting because like you know, the people that I grew up in school with, I learned this like as a kid, and it wasn't much that much of a big deal, but like people have much bigger gaps in that. Where like for instance, I go to school, right, and I'm meeting a friend who has you know, doesn't have their parents, or what, and then their parents are divorced, and another parents they just live with their grandma, and another parents they, you know, live, and it's all these different situations. We all come together, and we're all like, you know, trying to live in this space. And but like you call me some name I never even heard of. Say I'm in 3rd grade, and all of a sudden like I'd never even heard of that, but like because you have a different world than I.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like I'm calling you, you know, a goofy guy, and then like I sound corny because I never heard the bad words before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like and that's a very small, you know, idea, you know, smart subject, but like that can gap into like, you know, my parents are fucking drug dealers, and my parents have a business.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, it's not, I don't know. The puzzle pieces don't, I don't know.
You're just never gonna make.
Yeah. So, and that's an opinion piece. I think it's stupid. San Francisco Chronicle is stupid, but I you know, a lot of these things have started from like when BuzzFeed came out, and I was really annoyed, and they started just like giving you ideas, like just start putting ideas into your mind, like what you should think about, how you should do, you know, what you should do when you walk into, you know, what, like all these opinions and ideas, but like all of a sudden you start like, okay, maybe I should, and then you start turning into a fucking BuzzFeed person.
Well, that's the problem with some of the liberal identity to me is always looking at all this stuff as like a fucking science experiment.
Right.
And it's like, why don't we just do? And their science experiment to me sounds like a fucking reality television.
Yeah, it's all bullshit.
And I'm like, dude, let's just be fucking practical about this.
Yeah.
Stop like looking at this and being like, I am going to like mix and match, and then we're all good. Like, dude, just like, how about you just as a person just like give a fuck a little bit, and just do some shit yourself. And it'll be okay.
How about the writer in the San Francisco article trade his Mercedes for someone he saw in the streets car that's been sitting, their car has been sitting on the block for 6 weeks. Trade your Mercedes for that car and tell me how that fucking works out.
I see if San Francisco they actually drive Mercedes though.
Yeah,
it's a Prius though.
No, my bad. Your Tesla, excuse-moi. Okay. So trade that in for your 6-week car that's been sitting there for 6 weeks because of equity. And tell me how that works out for you. Yeah, I gotta fix it, and I gotta get da. No. But now you have his bank account. No, you don't have the same money.
Bank account swap. There we go. That's sick.
Son,
that's big brain, dude. That's big brain stuff.
Big brain, and like you trade.
What
if car
you just swapped your bank account once a year for a month with somebody?
You get it back and it's empty.
No, I know. I was about to say. I was about to say. You know how many scams will run from that? It was so quick. Oh my god.
Could you imagine like an empathetic billionaire being like, "I'm just gonna donate my bank account for a month
just to see an experiment," and then. Where's my Joe? Where'd you go? Like Joe ain't calling you back, son. Joe ain't not coming back. Joe's in Paris, son. You know,
I like bank account swap.
Bank account swaps makes a lot of sense. And then like you got to start from zero. You know, start from equity, right? Equity. So I mean, the same thing. Like it sounds ridiculous, but like literally, like you tell that to that person who wrote the stupid article, and they're gonna be like, "Well, no, I worked my way to get to San Francisco Chronicle. How am I gonna go back to, you know, some dumb paper or whatever? I don't know."
And the funny thing about someone who lives in San Francisco is they would never have kids. No. The person that works at San Francisco Chronicle would never dream of kids.
No, San Francisco.
They like hate the world so much.
Yeah.
They're always like in their little. And I lived in San Francisco for 3.5 years. That's why I'm saying this.
Yeah.
They drink their wine. They have their coffee.
They're not different from like New York people.
They talk about the criticism of like how bad the world is,
yep.
Which we have real fucking factors to figure out.
Understood.
And that doesn't say that like what they're talking about isn't something that shouldn't be discussed and we shouldn't figure out solutions for.
Right.
But their solutions are always generally fucking whack.
Yeah.
But then
single-minded too. It's like not single-minded, but like if you were to look up from the outside in from like that conversation probably of like say it's even 5 people, you'd be like, oh, like you all sound the same.
And then they would always just be like, oh, well, I would never bring a kid into this world. This world doesn't need another child.
Yeah, it's too crazy.
It's the scariest time to live. It's like, dude, it's one of the better times to live.
It is one of the better times to live. You know,
that's not for everybody, but the overwhelming majority, it is actually one of the better times to live.
Yeah. And you have like, and there's also like a lot of opportunities to get up in this world in different ways. You know, don't get me wrong, it's hard. Reality of how I realize, regardless of how, it doesn't matter if you're making TikTok videos. You got to work hard to get to where you want to be.
Yeah.
You know.
And we're still actually figuring that out.
100%.
Like, we still don't really know. Like, we're still coming from a place where, like, we have a significant chance of that.
Yeah.
And there's so many factors that are in our favor to make that probability higher.
But it's not guaranteed.
But there's still so many elements on a day-to-day basis that feel like the probability is low.
Yeah. And nothing's guaranteed. It doesn't matter how fucking perfect you are. Dude, you know, I always go back to, like, you know, I mean, everyone's like, oh, the next Beyonce. You know how many fine ass women sing and dance? Seriously, no, for real. Like, and they're very talented, very good. Like, you ain't made shit. Why? Many reasons why.
Maybe Jay-Z being a mentor.
I mean, dude, you know
predatory.
What I mean? There's some fine. Listen, LA is every fucking day. Like, I see him on Instagram. Trust me, I fucking follow him and click their asses on double tap. You know, they sing and they dance somehow. They all fucking have the little thing in between their teeth, and it looks sexy. I'm not gonna lie, but like,
you like that thing?
Well, it depends. It has to be small.
What do you call it?
It's like, it was like okay. Only like it for this one.
It's a piercing in between your teeth.
No. I only like this one girl. She's French, right? I follow her on Instagram. Very cute, right? It looks like a upside down bull ring, but inside her mouth, like over deep. But it's tiny. But it looks cute. I'll show you later. Whatever.
Dude, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Hang up. But it's tiny.
And your TikTok's full of those girls?
No, my Instagram. But but she's cute.
The algorithm figured him out.
Dude, you should see
I can't say that I have one person on any community feed that like ever shows me a little inside the mouth bull ring.
Sorry. I'm gonna show you my search feed right now and tell me if it ain't me. I'm just gonna click this button and you tell me. Just tell me, like, what do you see?
I mean, yeah. So the piercings are definitely a part of your thing.
Yeah. But what's like the theme?
Women.
Yeah.
Just trying to make it.
Well, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that girl. I don't know about that one.
A lot of girls just trying to make it.
Yeah. Cute girls. You're right.
But they're risking everything to try to make it. I see a lot of young females doing the best they can and using everything they got.
Everything. They're posting double daily. You know what I mean? Like, you know, they're doing it all. So God bless them. You know what I mean? God bless them.
One of my favorite things about Cam when he's on his phone, he's looking at his phone. And it's always, I can't do it on here.
Zooming in.
Always zooming in.
Listen, like it's amazing. Like, listen, today's world technology is amazing. You know what I mean? You got Instagram, and then if you get bored, like if you get too bored of it, like at any point in time, you can click on X videos. You know what I mean? Like you can just switch over, and all of a sudden, it's like they're all naked. You know? You know. Anyway,
is X videos a site?
Don't test me on that. You know what I mean? Don't ask me too many questions. You know,
I feel like the older guys sometimes.
Because you're like, hey, what is that? You know. Anyway,
we're just trying to educate our fans.
Yeah, Pornhub's too regulated now. You know. Anyway,
regulated?
Yeah.
You're saying there's censorship on there?
Yeah, there's censorship on there.
I've never felt any idea that Pornhub has censorship.
Dude, there's mass censorship. Listen, like, cause now they're like fucking the YouTube of porn. They just like only like verified creators do this. They only post it, only do that. Like no, like I want like there's certain things. Trust me, it's not illegal. It's not weird. But like there's certain things I want specifically, and like I gotta go to a different site for it because Pornhub doesn't have it because their stupid creators doesn't. They want to hop on the trend. They don't want that. They don't want what I want. I want what I want. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I mean, this is the first time I've ever heard Pornhub being censored.
It censored like 2 years ago for some reason, you know, and everyone was pissed. You should have seen Twitter. Twitter was flipping the fuck out. They're like, yo, like, why the fuck is this happening? You know, this is very disappointing.
Was Twitter flipping out or 8chan flipping out?
Well, I'm not on 8chan. I'm only on Twitter. But, like, people on Twitter were flipping the fuck out. And then, like, how dare Pornhub do this? And then deleted so many videos and stuff. And I get it. Because the reality is there was, like, a lot of, like, you know, illegal stuff and on their site. No bueno. We don't want that. But that like the site that's on Pornhub now is like curated. And don't get me wrong, it looks nice. It's all HD, right? Whatever, right? But, like, my point is, like, there's certain... Like, again, I want what I want. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you can't go to Walmart to get what you want. You got to go to different places. You know what I mean?
A boutique vendor.
Boutique vendor. You know? That's X videos to me.
Yo, this is blowing my mind. I like actually cannot believe that you're telling me Pornhub's censored.
Censor all that. What I just said. Just block it all out.
Actually, clip it.
Just save it for Smart and Wild.
There we go. Yeah, we're gonna clip that.
Smart and Wild. Oh yeah, I put the clip. People still getting fired from their jobs and everything because COVID. COVID. We talked about COVID so many times. It's insane. But you know what's hilarious, right? Twitter flipping out. And I want to talk about this on the show.
Twitter flipping out?
Yeah, because this happened recently, right? So Laura Ingraham, I guess. I don't know her. I don't watch her show. I don't even want to hear her voice.
But she's a Fox person.
Right?
You're Fox blonde.
Yeah, she's a Fox blonde. I just see on Twitter, right? Laura Ingraham's trending. I'm like, why, right? So the reason why she's trending the other day is because she, someone who is double vaxxed and boosted caught COVID. So she goes, yeah, like she almost celebrates, right?
I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate it, but I also hate it when an unvaxxed dies and everyone's like, got him.
Yeah. So everyone on Twitter flips the fuck out. How dare you, Laura Ingraham? You should fucking die. It is I
hope you get COVID and die.
But I swear to you, I have a bad memory. I smoke weed, but sometimes I remember faces on Twitter icons, right? I'm like, the same people that were like, fuck you, Laura Ingraham, fuck you this, and how dare you do this, are the same people that when someone who was unvaccinated died, they were like,
got
him, is what it is. Gotcha, bitch. Same people. And I don't listen. I don't like this woman. I don't want to hear her voice, right? But I do think that she saw that, and then when someone complete counter opposite of someone who's vax boosted, did all everything they needed to do, and still got COVID, like you were talking so much shit to to hypothetical her, right?
Yes.
But then you did everything you needed to do and still caught it. She's probably like, you got bamboozled.
Well, there is elements to a vaccine that you'd expect not to ever get the thing.
Yeah, and only when they told you weren't gonna get the thing. They swore on Congress that they weren't gonna get the thing.
But then Moderna's CEO is now coming out and being like, Pfizer's CEO was like, you're gonna have to get double boosted to have to be protected.
Yeah, because the same guy was like, no, it's gonna protect you the first time. You're the booster, you're done, got it, done. And then now they're like, I don't know if this is gonna protect you against Omicron. And it's almost like Pfizer, Moderna, all these companies. You know how they get you on I don't know, opioids or something like that. It's almost like when you're done with the bottle, it's almost like you need another one, and then you need another one, and then you need another one, and it's almost like it's what these pharmaceutical companies do.
What if the vaccine was addictive?
Can you imagine? Like opioids.
Just a little addictive, not crazy, but once you start weaning off, you're like, I need another,
dude. And honestly, the way
because I do have some friends that are like, they need another dose.
The way Twitter seems, I think that's the case, brother. I think they're because every single time someone posted, be like, I'm so glad I got triple fucking 1,000 boosted, and I mixed doses. By the way, this is the famous phrase. I mixed doses. I got Moderna, Pfizer, and one little bit of Johnson & Johnson, a family company.
Yeah.
And they're excited. They're ecstatic. I can't believe And then all of a sudden, something happens, and they're like,
"What if?
How dare? What? I did everything.
What if the vaccine does give you a little high?
I
mean, it kind of outs me as not vaxxed, but what if you do hit it and it's like,
you come a little bit, and then a little.
It's like your first shot of whiskey. You're like, you hear all about this thing for so long in your life. You've never had anything. You try it, and you're like, wait, this is what it is?
Maybe, yeah. You know what? I think it might be like that because think about it. The first time, apparently, first time you get jabbed, right? You fall, you might get tired, you might feel sick, right? And maybe the booster feels good, and the second booster feels better. So it's like alcohol, where it's like, oh, this is disgusting, right? And you try the second time, all right, I get it, and then you mix it.
But the third one,
third time you mix it, you do it right, you put ice in it, right? And all of a sudden you're like, oh, not bad. Whiskey, Coke is ain't bad. I hear what they're saying in the songs, right? And then before that, oh, I like this. And all of a sudden you're a fucking drunken jabber.
Yeah, maybe it's addictive. It kind of seems a little addictive.
Based on the way Twitter's going, I think it is, honestly.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. So my point I'm getting at is just like the full blown like hypocrisy that everyone's on. You know what I mean? And let's be frank. Like, I'm not gonna start saying you're a hypocrite or this and that because I'm a hypocrite in some ways. Anyways, but I just find it amazing how like no one calls themselves out for it. Of course, they're not gonna call themselves out for it, but it's just like no one recognizes this, or am I missing something, or like I don't know. It's weird.
It's because we're all hypocrites. You're a hypocrite. I'm a hypocrite.
Yeah.
I don't think Ernie's a hypocrite.
I don't think he is. You know what I'm saying? He does his thing. Switch the cameras. Sound, got the mic check.
The only true person in the place.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Shooting it straight.
Because he only said like 10 words, and you can't be a hypocrite of 10 words unless unless you are, and that's a tough one. You know what I mean? I said like 1,000 words. I probably a hypocrite once. 1%. I don't know. Anyway, how we doing?
This is it.
We're good.
We did it.
This is Smart Mild, y'all.
Live from LA. This is Smart Mild. Love you all, and God bless.
Love, peace, and chicken grease. Out.
All right.